Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Gurumedeva Sarvakarishi Sarvadam Ganganapate Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Reva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha Om Namah Shivaya Om Namo Narayanaya Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 30th of March 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan Paramatma residing in the Hridaya Akash, in the heart of every single being. We're continuing to examine, at least for some time, verse number 39 of chapter number 4 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, to try to better understand Advaita Vedanta from diverse perspectives. The verse is as follows: Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sanyatendriyaha Jnanam labdva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. So we have been examining this for the last week or so. We'll spend a couple more days on this probably, and then we'll move back into some other subjects on the same subject, but back into Vivek Chudamani probably. I think we'll dive back into that, and then the Upanishad also. So there is a distinction in Advaita Vedanta between Jnana and Vijnana. So Vijnan is an advanced form of realized knowledge beyond mere conceptual understanding. Even Gnan can be said to be that. We can use the word that way. That is insight, wisdom. That is Jnana. But interestingly enough, when we say Vijnan, this is where the intellectual process has gone to a certain height, and I think we can put it this way, that while intellectual understanding arises from discursive thought processes, such as interpretation of scriptures or logical deduction, true jnana involves a direct experiential realization of the Atman, the innermost self identical with the absolute Brahman. So the experiential realization is non-verbal. It is where an individual, a person who is in communion with Ishtadevata, Bhagwan ke saath sudrad, like in Gujarati we say sudrad, a solid connection has been established with Ishtadevata, Bhagwan ke saath. Then what happens is that our internal Kundalini Shakti, it actually stabilizes. This is the first thing that happens inside our system. Because remember, the place we are going to find God is within us, internally. Bhagwan sab jagah hai, but this is an avastha, right? We are inside Jagrat avastha. Okay, yes, so to continue, this is very interesting. Exactly, what happens inside of us, that when we are doing dhyan of murti ka dhyan, jisko kehte hai, or Bhagwan ka sant ka mahima, two things are there. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say somebody's guru is Ramakrishna Paramans. You can make Ramakrishna Paramans, who is not physically present now, your guru, if you want. And let's say the Ishta Devata is any form of Devi, because he was a worshipper of Devi, right? So it's possible, but you can make any Ishta Devata. He is an enlightened saint, that's fine. Krishna, Ram, Chandra, you can have Jesus also, doesn't matter. Aapki ichha. He was that kind of saint. He had, gone through all the different paths and all that. But just assume for a moment that Durga Devi is the Ishta Devata and Ramakrishna Paramans is the guru. Just as an example. When the bhakta absorbs the teachings of the Sadguru inside, And with those teachings, asks the Sadguru, who is fully enlightened, for blessings, for Ashirvad, for realization, and worships the Parmeshwari. This is, in Sachin's humble interpretation, and more based on the path shown in the Vishishtadvaitam tradition. This is how upasana is to be done. Upasana of Ishtadevata, where a fully enlightened sage is adopted inside as guru. Now, a lot of questions will come about. What if you don't have that much faith in just one saint? Can you have more than one guru? Of course you can. You can have a lot of gurus, meaning what? You can take good things, take what you want from all of them and pull them together. But it's also possible to have one Sadguru who has all 64 qualities. This subject about the guru and how to select the gurus and who should be guru and all that thing, this is beautifully described in so many scriptures. But I'm just putting it in brief language here, that if you have one person who has all 64 saintly qualities at the highest levels, that's another subject we have to finish. We didn't finish that also. So I've been jumping around a bit, but I think we covered like 11 or 12 of them. But, who has all of those qualities, yes. In Vachanamrut, Maharaj बहुत सुंदर बात करते हैं, that ऐसे जो संत है, इसके साथ बहुत हेत प्रीत हो जाए, then those qualities come inside of us. जिसके साथ प्रीति है, हेत है, जिसके साथ affection है, बंधन है, बंधन meaning not in terms of like bodily bondage, but like गुणों का बंधन, that comes inside of us. It's very, very simple. We know this from the people who are, dancing around with the, making those, they're dancing like Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan and all that thing. What is it that they're doing? They're emulating the qualities of that person. If you go to, so many dance parties, people they want to show I'm dancing like this person, or they do, because they emulate that quality. Isn't it so? We do that already. In every frame of life, we are always emulating somebody else. Children are emulating some adults or role models. People who want to become a great piano player are emulating Mozart or whoever it is, right? The great sitarists or great santurists. Oh, I want to be like Shiv Kumar Sharma, so I want to listen to his music. We're always emulating somebody. Always. That's the way it goes. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's no choice. That is guru, actually. Guru is adhyatmic guru to hai, but this is there in just a normal frame of life. So the same thing can be done with enlightened saints. जो बड़े-बड़े संत हो गए, वो कैसे जीते थे? वो क्या करते थे? How they were living, how they were thinking, what they were teaching, what was their life like? What qualities do I want from their life? This is actually what is called guru. Sadguru. इसको Sadguru कहते हैं, or Satpurush. Purush doesn't mean here male or female. It's just a word that is used in Sanskrit. People get confused by that. Purush means male. And it does in one sense, but not really in terms of the adhyatmic tattvas. Anyway, the point here, let's go further here. I didn't even get to what I want to talk about here. So that when the Guru Tattva opens from inside, this is the key. This is the master key. And to open that tattva, have the outside guru take their teachings, the good teachings, etc. And Sachin's, again, humble recommendation is to do Aim Bij Mantra. The Devi Saraswati, she'll open the door for you. 100%, guaranteed. Sachin आपको guarantee देता है कि करो ये मंत्र. सब करो. See the magic that happens in life. जीवन में क्या magic होता है? Aim Bij Mantra. She'll take care of everything. A to Z. इतनी ताकत है आइम बीज मंत्र में. वो महासरस्वती देवी का बीज मंत्र है. इसके आगे किसी का भी नहीं चलता. It's that intense, but it has to be opened. It's like that. It's like let's say a 7-year-old child is given a $500 billion check. That person has to grow up and know how to utilize that thing. Yeah, Aim Bij Mantra is even beyond that. If you have $500 billion, that's nothing compared to Aim Bij Mantra. I'm not joking. I'm not putting some kind of a just fake. It's true. No, nothing in this world even compares to that. So that is how profound it is. The Vedvyas ji himself chanted this mantra for long periods of time and then wrote all the scriptures, which is the foundation of the entire Sanatan Dharma. Aim Bij mantra. Only Aim Bij mantra. Kya baat hai ye isme? Karo. Do 101 ek mala every single day. Every single day without break. Ideally to do it, sit east or north, have a small diya, put some kumkum on the forehead or tilak, if ladies who are there, and भगवान को प्रार्थना करना, जो भी इष्ट देवता है, just have a diya. माता जी की जो एक मूर्ति और सरस्वती देवी की मूर्ति आप रख सकते हैं, and just ask her to open this dimension into the highest of reality. Everything that needs to come to us in our life will come. Everything that needs to be taken away will be taken away. It is a tantra sadhana. Isko tantra sadhana kehte hain. Tantra sadhana meaning what? Don't misunderstand. It's not like something negative and all that. It means that you are putting together all of the fragmented pieces inside your mind system. It will fix all the damage and it will clean up all the damage. And at the same time, what it will do, it will bring an absolute synchronicity. It is where the antakarana and the energy inside the antakarana absolutely becomes solid. So how to do the sadhana? Om Aim. Stretch out the E sound. That's the ideal way to do it. And then if you're doing a havan, which you can do also, you have a small havan kund. You don't need to put too much. You can put havan sabagri and all that. Just put ghee or coconut oil. Om Aim Swaha. Om Aim Swaha. Om Aim Swaha. Om Aim Swaha. Now you can do the Om Aim Swaha each time, or you can do Om just the first time and then Aim Swaha all the way down to the last bead and then do the Om at the end. Om Aim Swaha, Om, like that. You can finish it that way. Why? What will this do? This will open up absolutely clear intelligence. हमारी जो बुद्धि ना, मनुष्य की बुद्धि is clouded. भगवान कृष्ण जो कहते हैं ना, या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्याम जागृति संयमी यस्याम जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. So to awaken, to open that beautiful intelligence, the Aim Bij mantra is going to grow that intelligence from inside. Like when you plant a seed inside the ground, you've seen 100-year-old trees, massive trees. Itna bada tree kahan se aa gaya? From a tiny little seed. That tiny little seed is the Aim Bij mantra. That's why it is called Bij. Isko Bij Akshar hi kehte hain. Iska meaning hi wo hai. And it is going to grow. Because once it is planted, it is our responsibility to make it grow. So how do we make it grow? By chanting more. This is the amazing thing about the Bij Mantra Sadhana. That the more we speak it regularly, there's several factors here. Sitting east or north is important. Number one. Taking a shower, sharirik pavitrita. Number two. Having a clean body. Setting a time, fixed time. And this is the more difficult part. If Sachin says that, okay, at 5:30 in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning or 7, see, the good thing we actually have a fixed time here for morning satsang, 7:30 to about 8, to 10, 8:15. We do straight through regularly every single day the same sadhana, relatively. Very good. That's good for us. But if you're doing this Bij mantra, now set the time. That this time, for the next 1 year, it's going to be done without any break. Kitni sundar baat hai. Set it inside the mind. Bhagwan ko, Ganesh ji ko prarthana karna. How to do the mantra? Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Just one time, that's fine. Om Ganganapate Namaha. You can do some more Ganesh Puja if you want. But then after that, do the Namah Shivaya mantra 11 times if you want, 21 times if you want, or 108 times. And then jump into the Aim Bij mantra. 108 times, maybe 2 mala, 360. Now, the thing about this mala sadhana is that if you say that I'm going to do one round 108 times, then the key here is not to break the sadhana. This is the key. And this is the more difficult part. If I'm going to say I'm going to do this even for 1 week, you take a sankalpa that for 7 days without a break at 6 a.m. in the morning, that for 10 minutes, I'm going to do the, Om Ganganapate Namaha, Namah Shivaya mantra as a, as a namaskar to Bhagwan Shankar, get his blessings, Sri Sadguru Bhyo Namah, prostrate to all the gurus, and then do the 108 times. It just takes literally less than 5 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes only. But the key is consistency. If it's done at the same time, like 6 a.m., 6 a.m. means 6 a.m. or 5:30 and 5:30 a.m. or 5:20, whatever. This time mein hona hi chahiye, unless there is some serious problem for some reason or some emergency comes, no break in this. Whatever may happen in the world, let it happen. This time, this is going to happen. Bas. When we have this kind of determination, then the Bij mantra really grows properly inside. This is the growth of the Kundalini Shakti inside the brain, inside the mind. और इसमें से क्या होता है? In the whole day, 24-hour cycle gets regulated. Circadian rhythm gets regulated. Brain, mind, body connection gets regulated. The right kind of intelligence happens. We stop ruminating over useless garbage that is going on. The benefits are incredible. But it requires sadhana. It requires prarthana from the Devi that she allows us to do this. Because one way to think about it, that unless the Mahashakti allows you to do it, you'll not be able to do it. Kar hi nahi sakte. No way. But Bhagwan ki aisi daya hai. Through Sachin, I can simply tell you can do it. Anybody listening to karo. And if you have difficulty, talk to me about it. Thoda havan karenge and get any obstacle cleared out. Do the sadhana. Don't leave the sadhana. See, now that's the other thing. Once you start this kind of sadhana, you have to see it through all the way. You should try to see it through all the way because it's going to transform you. It's going to clean up all kinds of trash that is there. Completely, it will clean up. We don't even realize how exactly. But it does. There is a mechanism, but it's a very high-level understanding about exactly how this works, which I don't want to get into right now, and I want to just finish in just a second here. What does all this do? Well, how does this connect to this verse number 39? Shraddhavan labate jnanam. With Shraddha, with faith, that this is time-tested. This is thousands of years old. It didn't come yesterday. It didn't come 100 years ago or 2,000 years ago. This was there in ancient times, even before Bhagwan Ram, before Bhagwan Krishna, it's like it's from the Adikal that these Bij Mantra were discovered by the rishis. So then from this, what happens? Jnanam. And this is why Saraswati Devi ka Bij Mantra karna. Sachin's humble recommendation, again, start with this mantra. There are actually 7 mantras. If there's 6 mantras, 7 if you count the Om. So what I've done over the last 10 years or so, through many teachers and gurus and all that, tried to extract all of this Bij Mantra sadhana into 7 only. Rather than, because there's thousands of them. There are so many different stotras and mantras and all that. But if you just extract to 7, and then from the 7 just to 1. So the 7 are as follows. Om, Aim, Rim, Shrim, Kram, Krim. Say Om, Aim, Rim, Shrim, Kram, Krim. Om, Aim, Rim, Klim, Aim, Rim, Klim, Shrim, Kram, Krim. These are the 6. Om, Aim, Rim, Klim, Shrim, Kram, Krim. Shrim is the Mahalakshmi mantra. Krim and Kram are Mahakali mantra. So if someone is having some very serious health problem or some conflict is going on and all that, like in family mein, we do a havan here at my place, in fact, with the Kreem Bij Mantra, Kreem. Kreem, and there's a Kali Sahasranam that is chanted to break that conflict and break that problem. You see, so these 7 Bij Mantras will destroy every kind of obstacle. But you don't even need all those 7. Just the Aim Bij Mantra is enough. Because in each one of them, the other five are present. You see, so inside, as you start with the Aim Bij Mantra, the other 5 are going to connect automatically. They're already in there, and they're going to open and take one forward. That is the amazing thing about this. But the starting points are different. It's like climbing a mountain from 6 or 7 different starting points. So as you go further, they all come together. You see, so when you start chanting Aim Bij mantra, the intelligence gets fixed. That's important. These other mantras, they're different starting points, and they're only used when that is actually necessary based on the person's situation. But Aim Bij mantra, everybody can do this, especially kids. If you start having kids do this, they will be absolutely fantastic in school, in college, in every single area. Good ethics, good values. You don't even have to teach them those things. They will come automatically. You'll be surprised what happens. Be surprised what happens in this. Kitna amazing baat hai. What is the Sanatan Sanskriti? Okay, let's stop here for. I didn't even get to some of these things. We will pick it up tomorrow. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Tameva Mata Chapita Tumeva Tameva Bandusha Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche Om Glom Hum Klim Jum Saha Jwalaya Jwalaya Jwala Jwala Prajwala Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche ज्वल हम सम लम क्षम फट स्वाहा ओम दुर्गे दुर्गे रक्षिणी ठ ठ स्वाहा ओम दिवलिंगाय नमः ऊर्ध्वलिंगाय नमः आनंदलिंगाय नमः द्वादश ज्योतिर्लिंगाय नमः चंद्राय नमः सूर्याय नमः नक्षत्र विग्रमते नमः ओम कालकंटकटाय नमः ओम नवचक्रांगाय नमो नमः ओम त्र्यंबकमिजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम श्री राधा कृष्णार्पणमस्तु.